Hey there, everyone. Welcome to this pick a card reading. We had a little bit of an interruption because one of my dogs needed my attention, and so I needed to start over. Otherwise, I would be shuffling. So you'll just have to trust me. But at any rate, let's get to the reading itself. And so we have three piles, and we have three crystals here. And the first one is this clear quartz crystal. And again, a cool addition to the reading would be to Google the spiritual meaning of clear quartz or the name of any of those crystals, because then you'll get added wisdom and knowledge. And this is fluorite. So this is our fluorite crystal. It's purple and green. Personal favorite of mine because I just love that it's the mixture of the mind and the heart with the purple and green. And then our last one is our rose quartz, which of course is the stone of love, but it's not the color of the heart chakra. The heart chakra is actually green. But what strikes me about this rose quartz is that it's angular. There's sharp corners on this rose quartz. There's sharp corners on all of our crystals tonight. So I think what that says to me is that our part of our mission for our our full moon ceremony for tomorrow, to be able to release things that are harsh and have sharp edges. So for tomorrow's ritual, you'll definitely want to bring, you'll want to have a paper, and you could have crayons, or you could have a pencil or a pen. Um, you would be great to bring a candle if you have some fresh flowers, uh, anything you want to decorate your space, because what you're looking at now is very much like what you're going to be looking at tomorrow night for our ritual. Alrighty, so let's just place these up here for now. And what we're going to do is we're going to show the top card of each of these, because this is going to be how you're going to pick your reading for tonight. And we have we have the Eight of Ghosts, and we have the King of Imps, and the Two of Pumpkins. And it is Halloween time of year. We're looking at a beautiful blood moon that's coming into the sky this evening. And the full moon is happening sometime between now and tomorrow on the clock. So let's take a peek at, you guys are going to, each of you can pick which pile you want to hear what the reading is. And this one is, it's the similar message to the Eight of Cups in the Rider-Waite. And this is somebody who's got a big change coming. We see the figure here is getting ready to leave. And the other figures, all the little ghosts are around going, oh no, what's going to happen to us? And even look at the moon. The moon's like, oh dear. So you may be a person that has so many people relying on you, and you're kind of rolling your eyes. But for your intention for setting for tomorrow, for the new moon, for the full moon ritual, this will be, if you're drawn to this idea of having a change and needing to have some spiritual support, some energetic support on the people around you, that they need to adapt themselves to this change that's happening. Okay. And then in our pile number 2 with our fluorite, we have the King of Imps, which is the same as the King of Wands. So this is manifesting mastery. This reflects a strong figure. The gender doesn't really count. The king is just the end of that wand suit. It's somebody who understands who they are. They understand the law of attraction, the law of assumption. They know how to act as if they're living in their best version of themselves. This is like I would say it's kind of a wonderful target energy for us as manifestors, to want to flow in this kind of energy. Okay, so this deck, in deck 2, which is fluorite, the message is going to be about developing. What can you do to develop your manifesting skills? Many of the people that come into my life come in for romance, love, family love, sisters and brothers and moms and dads and that sort of thing. and career and money just has been that way over time. So if you're finding that you fit one of those two categories, that's great. If not, just keep listening along, because whatever it is that you want to release in tomorrow's ritual, you still will go through the process and pick one of these decks, whatever your issue is. Now we have our rose quartz and we have the two of pumpkins. Okay, so when we look at the two of pumpkins, this is a card of playfulness. I always think about playfulness with this card. And it's like playfulness in the face of a lot of challenges. So if we look at this card, look at the moon. See how the moon does not look worried looking at this figure. This figure is very flexible, knows how to look at the toes, because they stay on their toes. They that can balance things. These are like, where you're multitasking and you're keeping everybody happy. The court jester is what this reminds me of. And it's a wonderful energy, and people are drawn to you. They love you. What's the problem? People are drawn to you and they love you. So this with the rose quartz, I think that the message is going to be, for pile number 3, is a kind of about tough love and being able to draw those boundaries around yourself. Success may be right there for you, and you may have a little trouble staying in your lane and helping other people stay in their lane also. And so I think this is trying to balance out between the hard side of love and the soft side. Look at the background of this card, and you can see the ocean is kind of in upheaval, isn't it? So there's the opportunity to be upset, but this figure is like, no, I'm just going to keep doing my thing, and very good at keeping balance. So I believe that deck number 3, this idea of formulating some boundaries around yourself that'll help, I think, is important. Okay. All right, so much for our intro. And so now go ahead, select your deck. They will be time stamped, and you can, some people probably will skip that beautiful introduction and go directly to the reading, and that's fine with me. We're going to start with pile number 1 here. And what we're asking in this little reading is, what is it that we can really get clarity for our full moon, ritual for tomorrow night. And so what we have here is we have this 8 of let's see, I'll let our angel hold this one up. It's the 8 of ghosts. So I don't know who you are, you beautiful people in group 1, pile 1, but you have a heart for healing, and people do want to lean on you, but they don't understand the energetic cost. All right. So as you look at what you might need to release, that's what we're going to ask the cards. So I'm just going to ruffle them up just a little bit. What is it that will help our dear pile 1 to release, that will give an echo, a release of energy back to pile number 1, so that they can do this departure, or they can leave what no longer serves them. I'm older than some of the people on this call, and I often say to the younger ones, I can't possibly carry the emotional, psychological energy of every person that I have befriended over all the years of my lifetime. That's not possible. Okay. So sometimes when people go in and out of your life, friendships kind of shift. It can be harsh, just like the edges on this crystal. Okay. It can be harsh. But the fact is that this is polished. And even though there are sharp angles, there's nothing that hurts the hand. Okay. So the reality is that you have to understand that what feels sharp to you is not sharp. What feels sharp to you is gentle compared to other people. It's just that if you wait too long before you do something, you might have a strong reaction. So let's turn the cards here and see what it is we have. What will help you for the full moon ceremony tomorrow? And I'm going to put a link in the description box. The full moon ceremony is going to be at 10 o'clock tomorrow evening. Central Time, and that's October 28th, 2023, and there will be a recording there for those of you who can't be live. But I'll put that down there so that you can register for the event if you want to come. So let's look at this. We have the Justice card, the Queen of Ghosts, okay, and the Lovers. Yeah, okay, so definitely I'm picking up where this energy is coming from here as let's just set this right underneath the Queen. Okay, so if we look at the energy difference between this Queen, who has one little ghost there, kind of looking for her advice, right? One ghost coming for her counsel. Look how joyful that ghost is. Isn't that wonderful? And then let's compare the energy down here. And we have this figure who's needing to leave. Look, see the pumpkin that she's holding there? And here the pumpkin on the top of the wand. So the queen herself had to remove herself from something, some kind of role. All right. So as you move forward, I can understand why the clear quartz drew you to this pile, because you need clarity. You do not want to abandon anyone. And you've got some people that are a part of your future. You have a lot of people that are not part of your future, but this is about delegating. This is about having a team. This is about not trying to be everything to everyone. All right. So as you look forward now, let's look at what's going on either side. Justice is so important to you, isn't it? I mean, I would say that it's heartbreaking for you when people are treated unfairly. This is something that is so, so difficult. And this may be only true for some of you in pile one, but part of why it's been hard to draw boundaries around people, sometimes that word boundary is even annoying, isn't it? But you just can't take care of the emotional needs of everyone. It's just not possible, pile one, my darling. And I know you want to, because you want there to be justice here. But you're taking on more than you can do. I mean, it is, when you look how busy, look at all the stuff that's going on with the Justice card. Look what's in that basket. Like there's a rat over there, and then there's two whatever, I'm not sure what's in there. But this is just not, this is like having your fingers in too many pies, you know what I mean? And you don't have time for your own. And you must nurture yourself. So important. I thought about that thing today about cultivate abundance. Isn't that cool just to think about it? Cultivate abundance. What does that mean? And for you, pile one, it's cultivating an abundance of self-care. This is a mermaid. She's a fish out of water. So am I, right? I need to be within the environment that makes me most comfortable. So there is something going on with you that is needing some adjustment. Now, I know that I have a feeling this is about work for whoever pile one, because I'm just sensing it. I'm not sensing this as so much as a love reading. I could spin it that way, but I think that the Lovers card here is no guarantee of peaceful collaboration. This is a card of challenge sometimes, because you have strong personalities, and that might be part of what's feeding this energy. Okay, so what I'm seeing for pile number one is that there is something in your life that you're leaving behind. If it is in a relationship arena, it might be a series of your social connections. You might be so busy socially, there's no room for a boyfriend or a girlfriend to fit. And so that person is feeling totally like a fish out of water. And the justice of the situation would mean that you would honor that lover commitment and truly put these people behind you. So whether you choose to leave this for love or work, I don't think it matters, pile number one. Okay, so there's your reading. It's excellent. I want to draw for you one of these fantastic animal spirit cards. I just love this little oracle. It's so cute. I love it. I love Colette Baron Reed's work. And so let me just grab the deck here. And thank you for paying attention. Now, what I would do for tomorrow, for the ritual, and if you can't tune in for tomorrow night's ritual, you can do this yourself for sure under the energy of this full moon, is I want you to write down, let's see here. Let's go after, just write down a list of the people who, these people down here, the people that are a little bit needy, a little bit overly dependent. Now, this is between you and you, right? So they're never going to know you're writing their names on the paper. But all of the people that are just pulling on your energy, write their names down, and then write down on a scale of 1 to 10 how weighty, how heavy is their energy for you to carry. All right. And then after you do that, write down how you feel when you think about them. See if you can write down 3 to 5 words. Tired, sad for some of them. You feel their loneliness. Write down the 5 words about these people that are in your energy because of them, okay? And that'll prepare you for tomorrow's ritual. Alrighty, and we'll talk about that at the end of the reading. So I'll end. Oh gosh, I don't know how to do this. Those of you who want to hang out for all of the readings tonight, fantastic. Otherwise, I'll put a timestamp at the end for how to set up for your own ritual if that's what you're doing. Okay, so now let's draw a card for you from our animal deck. Ah, the swan spirit. Isn't she beautiful? Look at that. Oh, time for a deep dive. Love it. Thank you, Swan Spirit, because with the ritual, this is a really full, excuse me, it's a full moon, duh. But it's a potent full moon. And so it's wonderful for releasing some of these pent up feelings towards people that have hurt your feelings. Because you know what? This is about hurt feelings. No matter how much advice you give to these people, they don't listen, do they? I mean, you give them the same advice every week, right? Some of you might be hairdressers or nail technicians, right? And you have to hear the same complaints over and over. So it is time for those people to go on a deep dive, and you're their leader. So I hope I see you tomorrow night on the call. If not, no worries. It is a very potent full moon. Go to the timestamp at the end, and I'll explain what to do with your list of people. And thank you so much for tuning in tonight. I really feel honored that you use your time with me. So go forth and prosper. Okay, so we freshen the cards here. And there's a little note that popped up on my phone that said, I am, it's my time. So this is where we're going to tune into pile 2. And it's my time. So pile 2, what's been going on for you? I think that, well, that affirmation, it's my time, is perfect for pile number 1, because there was a little bit of over caring energy in pile 1's reading. So if you are one who does caregiving, you might want to tune into that reading also, because it's really kind of it's full of delicious. Okay, so we're going to go to pile number 2, and that's our King of Imps and our Flourite. Okay, and so we're going to set our King of Imps over here. Well, I didn't say this before, but I kind of love, at first when I got this deck, I didn't like the fact that the wands were called imps, because in my mind I was thinking imps are not good, that imps are kind of imps. I mean, like they're a little on the naughty side. But you know what? Afterwards, though, I started to think that when you're kind of bored or things aren't moving along quickly enough, that's the time, isn't it? Where we almost need a little bit of a naughty urge, or a push us out of our comfort zone, get up off the couch and do something. So I think that's what part of this is. I think also that the energy of this King of Imps shows the full development from start to finish of this wand's energy, which is the manifesting energy. And so it could signal actually the need to start a new project, to go somewhere new with your manifesting right now. And so there may be some fears about that. The reason I say that is because if you were drawn to the Flourite energy with the green for the heart chakra and the beautiful purple for that spiritual violet chakra from the divine. This can be hard, especially if your career doesn't seem to be giving you the kind of income that you need, right? So this, you may have been drawn to this master of manifesting that the King of Wands is, so that you can manifest an easier time with money. And a lot of people that come into my life do come with those needs. We do tapping about money. I don't know if you're familiar with tapping yet, but we will be doing tapping during the ritual tomorrow, and you can get on and listen. There'll be a recording there. And so, anytime over the next 2 or 3 days, the energy of this full moon will be there. And I invite you to go take a listen, see what the cards have to say for us tomorrow. And then we're going to do some tapping and releasing of our anything that could be holding us back. So let's take a peek here and see what the cards have to say. And we have the Knight. Oh, I love when the Knight of Pumpkins shows up. Oh, the Magician. Oh, yeah. Oh gosh, you guys. Okay, so this is cool. This is a very, very cool group as pile 2. Okay, yeah, okay. This all makes so much sense to me. Let's just push this up a tiny bit. Okay, pile 2. First of all, I have to say I feel so relaxed right now because normally I'm doing messages in 15 seconds, you know. And I feel like I'm laying on the beach in Jamaica. Oh, I wish I had some Jamaican music playing in the background. Wouldn't that be nice? Okay, y'all, use your imagination now, and maybe I could make Siri do it. But playing some Jamaican reggae music here. I don't know who that's for, but enjoy it. At any rate, let's take a peek at what our message is here. And I'm going to go a little bit backwards. Here we have the 3 of bats. I don't know about bats in your culture or in your life, but bats are not very attractive animals. They're like flying mice. But this is the suit of the 3 of swords. So this is the heartbreak. This is the storm. Okay, so this group, pile 2, you've definitely had some disappointments in their money. I mean, again, that's what I'm sensing here around this, that it's money, career, because of I just feel that way. So if you're looking for a love reading, you may want to pick one of the other piles. But I'm really sensing that there's been so much heartbreak around money and around broken promises. A lot of times, especially when you get a new job, it's almost the same as when you have a crush on somebody new, you know, where you are wishing and hoping that it'll work out, right? And you put all of your energy into it. And you know what happens? It doesn't work out. And it's like, oh, shoot, doggone it. And then it's heartbreaking. And part of you decides, I'm going to be careful next time. And that careful next time energy it's not worth it. And I'm talking to my own self because I've had some disappointments when it comes to love and money. And I find myself wanting to be cautious sometimes. And the universe says, no, 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 please don't do that. Please realize that every day's a new day for sure. And manifestation is a constant process. Right now, there's a teacher I'm listening to, Lifestyle Manifesting. I just love her, Shannon. She's a very direct teacher, very easy to follow. I don't need to teach when people are out there teaching like she's teaching. But what I want to do is provide a way for you to ask yourself the questions about where you're stuck or where you're not making progress. Because in the area of career and money, I hear myself talking fast here. So I'm going to take a breath. I'm just so eager to share what I'm seeing in the story here. But surviving this storm, making peace with these damn bats. You know, I look at the cat in this picture. See the cat? I mean, the cat is, how happy is this cat to be outside? But so faithful, right? Staying right near you. But this is not fun. And then those bats just fluttering around. But in a way, it's almost like their wings are umbrellas. You know, I think the only reason that we hold hard feelings sometimes is just for self-protection. All right? Why do I say that? Because the magician is here. So we have this king, which is showing mastery. So something you have accomplished, some wonder, you have some talent, some God-given, and you've had developed talents. And this may be the message for someone who is, they have a career that they've done for a long time. They're very good at it. In fact, they're extraordinary at it, but they hate it. So it could be a job that you have had for years. You're retiring from it, you know what I mean? Or you started when you were really young, and it pays okay, but it sucks. Okay, I get it. I totally get it. And you want to quit and you want to move on, but you just don't know what's next. So with the magician here, this is a great couple of cards. So you're pulling a rabbit out of the hat here. You're able to balance your emotions. You've got all the tools you need. Look at the difference in energy between this cat and this cat. Okay. This is the same reading. Okay, so what do we see here? Huge conflict, right? So these cards are showing that there's a part of you that wants to create action. There's a part of you that wants to move things along. And this is the part that wants to release something in the ritual for tomorrow. This is a powerful few cards, okay? Now we go back here over here to our last card. So now, first, if you are a person that's on this call and your native language reads right to left, that could be part of why I did this reading this way. This happened to me one other time, because that only time I've ever read the cards this way is because somebody who was watching the reading reads this way. So that makes me very curious. But anyway, the King of Pumpkins, though, I mean, the King of Pumpkins, look at him. Okay, so he's just rather delighted with himself. I mean, he has survived this storm, okay? And he knows that storms come and go. And you know what? He doesn't really care. He's just slowly, there's a word I like called plodding. Not plotting, like plotting a mystery, no, but plodding along slow but sure. Okay. Now, if we look at the cat here, the cat's kind of rolling its eyes, I think. Where is that cat? It's like, oh, for God's sake, let's go. Let's go plant some seeds. Look at the fields behind, all ready for something new, right? You've got the tools, you've got the skill, but there's some heartbreak. Something has happened in your past when it comes to your money, to your pumpkins, that has caused you to be overly cautious about planting something for the future. Okay, up on pile 2. So it's very clear to me that your heart and your mind are separated, that they don't feel like they're in alignment with one another. Now, you guys know, any of you that follow me know that I love Abraham Hicks and Nevolution, manifesting with Kimberly, who's a completely different style than lifestyle manifesting. And then Shelley Bullard over there. I love Shelley Bullard, beautiful teachings on manifesting. So there's so many, and I don't need to do that. You guys can go get educated. But when it comes to you and what your natural manifesting skills are and what your blocks are, that's where I feel like that's where I fit in your manifesting world. Okay. So I feel like what I'm wanting for you to do is I want you to get out a paper and a pencil, and let's look at this energy around this disappointment. So I want you to write down on this piece of paper, go through in your mind and just write down the initials or the first name of bosses or coworkers that have either maybe they stole your idea or they got their promotion when you didn't, or the boss liked them better than you, they lied about you. We all have a history of employee situations that were hurtful. So our money history does have some stormy moments. And we were like that cat. Even though we were wet and unhappy, we had to just stick it out. Okay. So I want you to write down a list of those people. And then I just want you to rank on a scale of 1 to 10 how much annoyance or frustration is a good word. How much frustration was there, just the fact that you had to endure those people? Okay, so somewhere between 3 and 5. So bring that to the ritual. Now, again, if you can't stay for the whole ritual, excuse me, I'm so sorry. If you can't stay tonight for this whole recording, which is getting longer by the minute, I usually make the quickie little 15 seconds. So this is kind of delicious. I'm going to do a quick oracle reading from this wonderful little, whoopsie, the animal spirit oracle. But for the ritual tonight, at the end, I'll timestamp it. So you can just go to the very end and I'll explain how to create your own ritual at home. But I do hope that you can tune in and join everyone tomorrow. It'll be at 10 o'clock in the evening Central Time, and it will be recorded. It'll be kind of exactly like this, actually, so that you're going to be able to pop in and watch the recording. I'm going to work real hard at keeping it about 30 minutes because I want it to be fruitful for you and not too long. Okay, so let me just cut the cards here and let's see what our animal is for you. And we have, grasshopper spirit. That reminds me of that show Kung Fu. I think, wasn't that it? Oh gosh, you guys are going to know how old I am. I'm way over, I'm like over twice 30. How do you like that? Anyway, but there's Grasshopper was the name of a student. He was like a apprentice. And so I love that. Like when it comes to manifesting, it's okay to have the apprentice energy where you might feel a little bit of anxiety or you just don't know quite what everybody means when they're talking about grasshopper. I mean, spirit, I mean, manifesting. See, I even get nervous looking at it. But look at the little crown on there. Don't you love that? And so I love this whoever's listening to this pile number 2, there's a risk. There's something here that's making you feel anxious about releasing something and trusting that you can be guided, that your inner being will truly guide you, that you won't be fooled or scammed, because the fact is sometimes when you make a decision, it seems to bite you, but all it is a lesson. That's all it is. And then you pick up your pieces and you move forward. Okay. So thank you. Thank you for listening tonight. Thank you for being here. And I appreciate your love and support in this mission to find what it is that can make us thrive in our finances or in our love life. That's what I'm looking for. Okay, so thank you, Pile 2, for being with me tonight. And you can go forward now. I'm going to clean up the cards. Of course, you're welcome to hang out and listen to Pile 3. I didn't mean to evict you, but if you're going to be leaving me at this point, go ahead and jump to the end and see what the ritual is created with. Okay, so now we are at my beautiful Pile 3. For those of you who have listened to this whole thing, God love you. Seriously. So let's take a look at pile number 3. So pile 3, I love you. I love the court jester part of you. I love how warmly I feel when I'm with this energy. I mean, this is somebody who always gives me time, even no matter how busy they are. This is somebody who reminds me that life can be simpler. This is somebody who handles, that doesn't get ruffled, like ruffled feathers, you know what I mean? Keeps their cool. And so until they don't, right? So this is a person, to me, it kind of reminds me of the Queen of Cups energy. I wouldn't be surprised at all if the Queen of Cups doesn't come out in this reading, because the Queen of Cups' fatal flaw is that they don't know how to say enough is enough, that they can overdo, they can take care of too many people without taking care of themselves. And when I look at this kitty looking on at this figure, and the kitty is just gently accepting, right? There's not too much that we're seeing here that is disruptive or concerned, and but so faithful, this spirit, this cat spirit, watching out for this court jester that really can keep people entertained, but maybe not so good at knowing how to take care of themselves. Okay, so let me shuffle these up a little bit and see what the cards have for my beautiful pile 3. Just so glad to be taking this slow trip through the cards compared to 15 seconds that I do on my dailies. But thank you so much for tuning in, for being interested in the full moon ceremonies, which I love. What can we release that will help us flow into November here? Okay, so let me put our cards down. Okay, and let's see what we have. The Ace of Imps. Oh, very interesting. With the Two of Pumpkins. Okay. Yes. That's just what I was suspecting. And the Nine of Imps. There's a lot of fire going on, isn't there, for you, my dear pile 3 and the Empress. Okay. Yes. You know what? Oh, I kind of love this art here. She's alive. Look at that. Look at the cat. Oh, isn't that fantastic? Look at that. Okay. Let's put these right together here. Let's look at that cat here. Just kind of being guarding and wondering, curious. And then over here on the Empress, on the lap. Look at the eyes rolled back in the head, right? So much pleasure. So, okay, so let's get real, pile 3. Let's get real here. All right, so you might want to go back and watch pile 2 here because it had the similar themes. But I feel a lot of energy trapped in my, oh man. No, wait, pile 1 is the one with the little ghosts, I think. I'm thinking, who are those? Yeah, I think it's pile 1. And we have these 9 imps. So yeah, somebody here that's watching these readings, somebody that's called to this ritual, you're really needing to like separate the wheat from the chaff. Like right now it's harvest time here in Tennessee, and you should see the cotton fields, you guys. I gotta have somebody drive me by so I can take a film out there. I will do that this weekend before they cut them all down. But it's just beautiful. I mean, honest to goodness, beautiful. And it's such an unusual situation because it's sharp, like the bud or the pods that hold the cotton balls is sharp as heck and can cut your hand. But it's just this idea of having all of this busyness, all of this harvest, all of the things that are happening right now that need attention. Okay, and so this is set up for overwhelm energy here. And so this sweet jester, this one who comforts all, this cat is about ready to jump up and get involved here because this cat spirit understands that right now it's important to lay your burdens down here. Okay, you're coming to the end of something. You cannot continue doing what you've been doing. There's too much to handle. This the ace, you've got new things starting, so you have all these baby ideas that are just circling around, and this imp who is, look at this, look at how the hand is holding the imp by the tail. I love this. I mean, pile 3, do you have a thing for purple? I'm just asking. But look at how beautiful this is. Look at those beautiful fingernails that are groomed. Okay, so this is somebody who knows how to take, don't look at mine, but this is someone who really understands how important it is to be divinely feminine. And so when I look at this cat, who is like the theme of all these readings, is the cat. And the cat's face here is looking very, very respectful because this imp is untrained at this point and trapped by being held by the tail. But that's your energy, right? Pile 3. And it is burdensome because there's a lot of people. Are you a teacher? Are you a healer or teacher? Or maybe you have several children. Maybe you're the boss of your business. This could be a business person who's just having to put out fires day in and day out. And look at the face on this pumpkin. You know, it's like you've got a great sense of humor, pile 3, but enough is enough. Okay. So, like I said, you might want to go back and listen to pile 1, because there's some confirming information here, and especially because we are preparing for the ritual. Like, what are you going to be able to release, pile 1, to get you here to this Empress energy? She's alive. Okay, so the Empress is like the premier energy for manifesting. So this, for a manifesting full moon, blood full moon ritual, you can't have a better card than this, pile 3. So I'm glad that you have taken that chance and you picked pile 3. When I look at this right now for detail, what I'm aware of is that red cape or the blanket that she's reclining, that she's resting under this red blanket. When the red always makes me think of the root chakra, which is to me our family of origin. So I think that what the cards are drawing you to tonight, my friend, is to do a little bit of clearing and cleansing around your family of origin. So, what I suggest for you is to get out a paper and a pencil and just write down the names of family members who, you've probably done this before, I'm sure you have, but every full moon offers a way to address a situation in your life. You might have heard people teaching about healing is more like an onion, where you're peeling one layer after another after another. So you may have something that happened when you were a child. There may have been somebody important to you that passed away. You might have had to move to a different city, and nobody asked your opinion. They just made you go. And some heartbreaks that happened that really were nobody's fault. It's just life was pointy. See these little points down here? Life was just very pointy. And so, because of that, though, there are some family members that mishandled things. They did not communicate properly. They might have thrown away things that were really special to you, and it was really difficult. So, what you want to do is write down the names of the people who hurt your feelings in your family. Okay, so I would go back under the age of 20, and I would just write down um, eh, male or female relatives that hurt your feelings. Okay, and things happened, and I'm just sensing that there may be 6. I'm sensing 6. There could be 6, or maybe at least 3. So between 3 or 6 relatives that were hurtful to you. Okay, you could have as many as 9, but this is a good chance because you're going to prep yourself. You're prepping yourself for your ceremony. All right, and again, if you can't come to our ritual, which is tomorrow night, it's going to be, that's October 28th of 2023. It'll be at 10 o'clock Central Time. But it will be recorded. It'll look just like this. It'll be over on Facebook Live, so you're going to be able to tune in and do it with us. But if not, I'm going to give instructions tonight, and I'll add a timestamp for it. Okay. So as we close, I'm going to pull a oracle card for you to add to your ritual for tomorrow night. Thank you so much, pile 3, for being here. And with the rose quartz, yeah, I wondered, I'm so tied to how similar pile 1 is to this reading also, but I do feel like you may be kind of a soft touch where it's hard for you to say no to people. But there's a part of you, and I'm seeing it like this cat spirit. I don't know if you have a cat spirit that is one of your totems, but you do have a spirit guide who has been trying to guide you to do some boundaries, like staying in your lane, not trying to please everybody. You know, that I should say, I should talk because I have a hard time with this also, but just to realize that tough love doesn't hurt anybody. It's better to be direct with people and create some policies and standards. Even though this has sharp edges, you can see on my rose quartz, it's polished. So it's not, it doesn't harm at all. It's just a sharpness. And sometimes we need to be sharp for your own good. Okay, so let me cut these cards and see what our animal card is. And we have crow spirit. I love the crows, don't you? co-create with spirit. Look at that wonderful necklace this little bird is wearing. I have to pull it over next to my regular self so I can see. It's hard to see what that is. I know these cards come in a giant version. What do y'all think that is? Could be just little feathers and beads. But anyway, co-create with spirit. Yeah, be joyful. This really is a joyful time. I mean, you definitely are going to a place with this Empress energy. This is a hell yes of manifestation. It's really putting an end to all of this stress and to not, when you're starting something new right now, you don't have to go into all this drama to get to your Empress now. No, no, no. That's what this is saying. I mean, there's some stuff around some disappointments in your past or around money with your family that I think is in the way here, because as you co-create with spirit, you're going to release yourself into a very fruitful time. Okay, pile 3. So thank you so much. And now I'm going to clear the cards, and then I'm going to talk to all y'all about how to complete the ritual. So right now, what we have is you have your list